going to be discussing autoimmune disorders as well. And autoimmune conditions are conditions where it is believed or said to um, be the case where the immune system is attacking itself. But of course, is that really the case? Is it a matter of simply an environment that is not conducive to healing, and as a result of that environment being present for an extended period of time, then the body goes into specific health challenges. Keep in mind that we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. So, of course, feel free to join us. Keep in mind that the program is an interactive program, so we will be entertaining calls. We will be entertaining your WhatsApp messages. And, of course, in a little bit, I'm going to let Mr. Samuel Carter give you that information as regards to what numbers to call, what numbers to WhatsApp, whatever the case may be. Keep in mind our office numbers and location. So if you need to set an appointment, get any information regarding the products and services of Batson and Associates, that telephone number is 2228261. That's 2228261, as well as 314. That's 314-9975. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. Persons who may not have heard us before, heard of us, when they hear natural medicine, a lot of people are confused. They want to know about what is this natural medicine this man talking about? Is it herbal medicine? Is he a herbalist? Is it a bush doctor? What are we really speaking about? So the thing is, when you're talking about natural medicine, and you're speaking about medicine, first of all, let's go a little further. Or go further up or before. What really is medicine? Medicine would be, let me see, if theoretically, some process or some particular protocol designed to improve the medical condition of someone. I mean, that's my definition of what medicine really is, because once you undergo some sort of specific medical regime, whether it's be medication, supplements, whatever the case may be, it is designed to bring about a healthier change in the body, primarily. So the thing is, when you're looking at what is known as natural and integrative medicine, you have what is known as allopathic and Western medicine. And allopathic medicine is basically medicine where you'll be recommended some sort of medication as it relates to the issue that you may have. So if you're hypertensive, you're going to be recommended some sort of high blood pressure medication, which falls in specific categories, because you have what is known as calcium channel blockers, you have beta blockers, you have what is also known as diuretics. And this particular category of medication falls under medication for the treatment of high blood pressure. So if you have diabetes, then you would get what is known as hypoglycemic agents. So whether you're looking at things like metformin, glucophage, diamicron, Dionil, or maybe insulin, depending on the type of diabetes that you have. If it's type 1, it's going to be insulin that you're going to be recommended. So the point is, whatever your situation is, some type of medication is going to be recommended under a Western medical protocol, or you'd be given either chemotherapy or radiation or surgery. And primarily, those are the three ways in which Western medicine is going to render some sort of assistance to you. So it's medication via prescription, surgery via some sort of surgeon or surgical procedure, whether it's minor surgery or major surgery. Then if you are diagnosed with cancer, then you're going to deal with someone known as an oncologist, and an oncologist would either recommend a combination of medication, chemotherapy, and radiation. So that's fundamentally what encompasses allopathic or Western medicine. Now, the thing is, when you go into natural and integrative medicine, you're looking a bit different, and you're looking a bit further into the body, in the sense that you're now really looking at the root cause of these issues that you're experiencing. So Because one of the things that we're going to be discussing when we discuss autoimmune conditions is we're going to look at what really is an autoimmune condition. What condition is the body in, or what environment does an autoimmune condition exhibit? And how do we now change that environment so that we could now change this autoimmune condition that the individual has? Hence the reason why I'm saying that it's not a matter of necessarily a plaster for a sore or looking at the symptomology, but really looking at the root cause of the problem. Now, one of the things we do at Batson and Associates is something known as magnetic resonance analysis, and we also do something known as dark field microscopy, which I'll touch on a bit as we continue, and I'll tell you why that is done. Now, there's something known as biological terrain. So we know when we're talking about terrain, we're speaking about what? We're talking about landscape, we're talking about geography or topography, whatever the case may be. So if you may have a mountainous terrain, the terrain may be very swamp-like, so it might be a mangrove terrain, whatever the case may be. So when we're looking at biological terrain, we're looking at the terrain or the landscape of the biological system. And of course, we're looking at it from the basic aspect of what that landscape is. So we're looking at primarily your gastrointestinal system. Easily, which is what that really means. What is the condition of your gastrointestinal system? Because this system plays a significant role in all the other systems and organ systems in the body. So that's something that live blood analysis gives us an opportunity. We actually get an in-depth look into your digestive system, which is very important for us. We also able to see something known as oxidative stress, which is again very, very important. Because oxidative stress actually gives us an indication of the level of oxidation in the body. And a blood sample could give you that. Visibly, once we do dry blood, we're actually able to see that oxidative stress in the blood. The higher the oxidative stress, of course, the greater the environment is to continue disease and continue flourishing. Because you see, disease can only take place in a specific environment, or disease can only prosper or get worse or advance in a situation or environment that is conducive for such to happen, and vice versa. If it is for healing to take place, the environment has to be conducive to healing. Now, that might just sound like a big whole hullabaloo to a lot of people. What is Dr. Batson really saying? And as we continue, I'm going to break it down to the simplest way I can. But that's just to help you to understand. A lot of the times, you're the old people have a saying, you're spinning top in mud. Yeah, you're essentially spinning top in mud because you're not dealing with the root cause of the problem. So you're hypertensive 25 years now. Your blood pressure going up, up and up and up. You're on medication 25 years now, and this pressure not going nowhere. So what happening? What is wrong in that situation? What is it that you doing wrong that you cannot correct the situation? Because that essentially that's what it is, You're just not doing the right thing, or you're not doing the right thing long enough, or something is off where you are now sick for all these number of years. I have a serious issue. I mean, we all get sick intermittently, or you should get sick, once in a while. You might get a little flu, you might have a little pain, a little once in a while. If you exercise, you may lift up something. But people who suffer, because that's what they essentially do. They suffer unnecessarily at that. Why is that taking place? Why are you sick for so long? Okay, so what are going to tell you? It's a genetic problem. Okay. As I often tell persons in natural medicine, as we always say, genetic load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. So are you going to sit on the crutch and say, well, because that is what it is, it's a crutch they're giving you, to tell you, well, my cousin have diabetes, and we come from a family with diabetes, and you didn't come from a family and nothing. All in that family unhealthy. That's all that's all that means. Everybody was doing the same foolishness. That's all that means. So it's time we get off of that and say, well, listen to me. I'm not taking that. So because I may come from a family that may have a predisposition to certain things, which that is really what it is, and only what it is, how do I now correct that with nutrition and lifestyle, looking at the body in it's 5 aspects, which is spiritual, supramental, which is your subconscious mind, mental, which is your conscious mind, vital, which is your energy body, and physical, which is the physical body. How do we correct that? And that is where Batson and Associates comes in. That is where you have to now know what is going on. Why is it I have been hypertensive for 10 years, for 15 years? Why is it I am now 50 years and I'm feeling like, oh God, is it already to dead? Why? I have pain, I have joint pain. All the time I was good. From 49, go back, I was good. I was going good. All 45 are nice. 40, thing good with you. But as you turn 50, or 51, or 55, or 60, whichever was your turning point age, what went wrong? Ask yourself the question. What went wrong? What changed from then to now that have me feeling the way I'm feeling? Is it that my body is speaking to me and I'm not listening? Because I know that's something we do a lot. Our body speaks to us a lot of the times and we do not listen. And I'll elaborate a little further down as we continue. All right, so let me just give you very quickly our clinic telephone numbers and locations. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. That telephone number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. Keep in mind, Debe office is now open Monday to Saturday. We used to open from Wednesday only. That was since the pandemic, and there were some things that prevented us from changing it, but we have now put it back to a certain level of normalcy. So we operate from Monday to Saturday in Debe. That office is located on the corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number in St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And that office is located at Red Edge Mall. Red Edge Mall, so that's on Muniram Street there in St. James. So it's very easy to find. That telephone number again, 220-8113. I do apologize. For Friday, I was not able to make it in St. James. I actually had a medical situation with a client, and that sort of threw me off completely. Of course, we will do makeup days for that clinic. So the makeup day that I would have for St. James would not be this Monday and Tuesday here, but next week, the week after that Monday and Tuesday, which would be the week of the, I'll give you the date for that just now. That is going to be the 20th and the 21st. All right. So that's something that you guys would be able to take advantage of in the St. James office. Tobago is Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. We're in the marathon aspect of finishing up that office, thank God. And that office for Tobago and location, we are located in the Triangle Building. And that telephone number, of course, is 226. That's 226-4553. Again, that's 226-4553. So you're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. Let me take you over to Mr. Samuel Carter, who's going to remind you of the studio telephone number and the WhatsApp so that we could get your inputs as we continue. Mr. Carter, sir.
Yes, sir. That studio number is 625-2759 and 624-7729. And you can also get us on WhatsApp at 333-9950.
Good. So when we speak, as I was mentioning, I said I would speak about something known as myasthenia gravis. And the reason why I'm speaking about this is because more and more persons, I had a very young individual in my office some weeks ago regarding the situation. And it was a heart-wrenching situation to see someone so young, to be in this particular situation. So let me help you out as it relates, because a lot of persons with myasthenia gravis and these type of conditions, these things usually come about later in their life. My thing is, if it is you had these issues, they should have come about since birth, or at least very close, from a very young age, and that's normally not the case, which again points to a key indicator that lifestyle plays a significant role in the manifestation and the progression, of these particular type of conditions in the body. So when we're speaking about health, And as I said, with the blood analysis that we do at Batson and Associates, and I was highlighting to you how important and why it is so important that you do it, is because it gives us an opportunity to determine really the root and the base aspect of your body. From immunity go right back, because there are some persons, unfortunately, you're sick, and the reason why you're sick and you continue to be sick is because you're not dealing with that base aspect. You're not fixing the foundation. If you have a house that has issues, let's say the house is leaning, right? So it's leaning, you're seeing walls cracking and whatever the case may be. How are you going to fix that? Plaster the wall, try and straighten the roof? No. You have to deal with the foundation. So it's one of two things going to happen. You're going to have to either do over that foundation, reinforce the foundation, something. But the fact is, in order to correct the major issue, the foundation has to be dealt with, and the body is the same thing. So when you have major medical conditions and major medical issues, and that's why I feel so sorry for persons, and I really do feel sorry for them, in the sense because there's a combination of things. One is ignorance, because some people really don't know. One is, quite frankly, foolery. You know, but you're just one of those persons who I just think, I don't know, you just want to play the fool in the sense that you're in the politics of medicine, which you have no right to be. Because at the end of the day, the people tablet will sell either way. And people like myself, especially integrated practitioners, which is becoming more and more because the world is now asking for more. Gone are the days when you could just write a prescription and send it out of office. We live in the information age now. People require more. People asking for more, or at least you should be. If you're not doing that, well, then that's your problem. Wherever they give you, you got to take it, because it means you're not exercising some level of intelligence. That's why when I end my program, I always tell people, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. That last statement there, where I've said, if you think ignorance is expensive, or education is expensive, try ignorance. It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay to be ignorant. So the question, of course, arises to anyone listening to this. Well, Dr. Batson, who is to say that what you're saying is correct? I'm not saying that you have to prove what I am saying. I have proof for what I am saying. I know that. So it's not my job to convince you. After God, I am healthy, and I have intentions of remaining so for a very long time. So it is your job and your responsibility to find out what is going on with you. And if you really, 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 1,000 reallys want help, then you're going to get the help. Forget the politics. Stay out of that. Politics is a very interesting game that very few people can play. Even the people who win it can't even play it well. See, all of them is how to get pacemaker, aren't they? So that's just, I digress. But in any case, the point I'm making is that you have to know. You have to know what is going on with you. It is your responsibility, first and foremost, to ensure that you understand the body that you have and what is going on with it. Because I'll tell you something, doctors have limitations. They are human beings, you know. And we have some very good doctors, we have some very good surgeons. But at the end of the day, we are all limited because we are human beings. I mean, there's some of them who feel they're gods, you know, but that's just up in the head. They're right in the head. You could think as you want, but then your perception is a reality mentally. But the point I'm making is that you have to know what is going on with you. What is going on? What is going on with you? Why do you have headaches? You wasn't having headaches all the time. Why every day now you have a headache? What do you think your body trying to tell you there? Hmm? What do headaches tell us? Headaches are key indicators of a few things. One is dehydration. The major reason most of the time people have headaches, you do not drink enough water. I don't care if it's a cluster headache or migraine headache, and you have it since the founding of the earth. All headaches, majority of them, have a dehydration signature attached to them. So, okay, you might say, well, no, Dr. Batson, sure, my headache is not dehydration. I just drink plenty water. I am drinking my body weight divided by 2 in ounces every day. And I'm doing that years now, Dr. Batson, so it's not the water. Well, if it is not water and you have a problem with headaches, then it means you have a problem with circulation. That's the next thing the body telling you. Body is telling you, listen to me. Upstairs here, we're not getting enough oxygen. We're not getting enough blood flow. So because of this interruption of blood flow and oxygen to your brain starting to go bad. It ain't working good again. You're getting headaches. Your memory starting to give you problems. You're forgetting. And you have short-term memory. Well, you have different types of memory, right? Or different aspects of memory. But when your short-term memory is going, that's an indication of what? You know? Where you feel that is? Because I could bring some people in Japan for you who over 100 and their memory good enough. So what it is they doing that you're not doing? Hmm? Something wrong somewhere there. So again, it could be an indication, as I said, of poor circulation. It could also be an indication of hunger. If you do not eat, I am one of those persons. If I do not have meals within specific succession, especially if I'm working like this and having conversations and studying or whatever the case may be, I am going to end up with a very brutal headache. But that's hunger headache. That's if you have not eaten on time. So that's what I'm saying. In your particular headache situation, what is your body telling you? It could also be an indication of lack of or build-up of toxicity. So your body could be telling you, here what, I need to find myself by Batson and Associates and get some alkagen water and get a Santulan, which is a 7-channel detox. Or it could just tell you, well, here what, I really want to go by Batson, but I need to get a detox. But I'm saying to you, if you use the alkagen water and the Santulan, you'll be satisfied with the detox and the results that you get. Keep in mind, if you have headaches as a result of buildup of toxicity in the body, I suggest you do a water cleanse first. I.e., a water cleanse is ensure that you are drinking your body weight divided by 2 in ounces for at least a month, which is 30 days. Again, I will say it for clarity. Ensure if you believe your headaches, your sluggish feeling, your lack of energy could be as a result of not doing a detox in a while. So ask yourself the question this morning, when was the last time I took a detox or a clean out? Ask yourself that. Is it 50 years ago? Is it 60 years ago? Is it 10 years ago? Is it 5 years ago? How long ago have you taken a proper detox and remove all these manner of impurities from your body? Because you have to understand that toxins do what? Okay, well, let me help you. Toxins have polarity. Are you aware of that? So pathogens as well have polarity. So when we're talking about pathogens, we're speaking about bacteria, virus, fungus, protozoa, and worms. You have 4 types of pathogens, right? So all pathogens have polarity. So we know we have positive and negative polarity, right? All toxins have what type of polarity? And pathogens, parasites. We're not talking about the good ones here, we're talking about the bad fellas. They have positive polarity. The opposite of positive is what? Negative. So therefore, to deal with those fellas, you need what? You need negative polarity. Now, when we're talking about polarity, we're speaking about the energy or the vital body part of the body. We're talking about the energy body. That's why we deal with things like frequency. You know, frequency is very important to life, right? There are specific frequencies that human beings cannot live or survive under. I had given this example before. If it is you take someone and you put them in a bunker, which is some sort of, you know what bunkers are, right? Bunkers were created for wars. So bunkers are large spaces below the earth. Good? Now, the thing is, when you are in a bunker, the frequency of the human body, I think is 6 point something, 8 hertz or some kind of thing like that. I'll check it just now. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But it is vitally important that you work on your energy body. That's very, very important. People just tell you, well, you know, all these things that they want you to take and these vitamins, I taking vitamins, but you know, I'm not feeling good. What's going on with your energy? Do you do deep breathing? Do you know how vitally important deep breathing is? Do you know how vitally important breathing is on the whole? But when you do deep breathing, there are a number of things or advantages in deep breathing. And the thing is, you don't just have to start and The problem with a lot of people is that they think in beginning to do things, it must be grand. Everything must be on a grand scale, especially some all they want to put it up on Facebook and Instagram or wherever you want to put it. You could start off slow. And I expect the first day you're going to have a yoga mat and you're going to sit down outside and you're going to fancy outfit and you light incense and you put some flowers. Me not expecting you to do all of that. I ain't telling you to do all of that. You could sit up on the edge of your bed and start to do deep breathing. Right there. Easy, easy. There's no maths in that. In the washroom, when you go in the toilet in the morning to do your numbers, that's a good time to do some deep breathing. Massage your belly a little bit, rub up all up in the corner, all along by your navel in a downward motion. You go to the side. That's a good thing to do. You'll be surprised. The bowel movement will be much more because you have now, with that massage, stimulated that particular part of the lower colon there, so that you remove a lot of waste out of the system. So things like deep breathing, your water intake, as I said, very, very important. So the thing is, you have to start piece by piece. You could always find out about the Alkagen water, which we have available at all our offices. Keep in mind, we do have road delivery as well. Let me say a pleasant good morning to our social media. We are Batson and Associates on Instagram. We are Batson and Associates Limited, on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Felicia James. She says good morning. Miss Marge Hills, good morning to you. Miss Kamala Samaru says good morning. Miss Annie Grant, good morning to you. Miss Jennifer Valentine, out in Texas there, pleasant good morning to you. Miss Frederica Joseph says good morning, Dr. Batson and Associates, watching from New York. Thank you for the good free health information. May God continue to bless you with increased knowledge. Thank you so very much. Miss Cecilia Edan, good morning, Dr. Batson, watching from St. Lucia. So we have our Caribbean and our overseas people in the house. Miss Alison Talbot says, good morning, Dr. Batson and Associates, and all who are locked on. Thank you for all the health information. You're very welcome. Miss Grace Williams said, good morning, good Sunday morning, Dr. Batson and Associates, and all the listeners. It is my pleasure to listen and learn about our bodies and how it's supposed to work to improve health. Thank you so very much. You're welcome. Miss Angela Barra says, Angela Burrows, yeah, Burr. She says, good morning. Blessings to you and your team watching. Miss June Jatan says, good morning. Thank you so very much. Miss Dawn Ellis, pleasant good morning to you. She says, that is so true, Dr. Batson. Too many people come to the dentist and state, my mother lost their teeth at a certain age, and I have periodontal problems, so they know they will have it. I think that is an excuse or ignorance not to take care of themselves. Yes, I agree with you, Miss Ellis. Miss Ellis, of course, who works in the dental field, she made a very valid point there where no person say, yeah, I don't, and the thing is, your teeth, you need to take good care of your teeth, I know people in the 20s have no teeth in their mouth, you wearing a whole plate. Nah, man, that ain't right. I mean, if it is your, I mean, as we have a saying, you use it or lose it. Okay? Miss Victoria Young says, good morning, Dr. Batson. Miss Adeline George, good morning, Batson and Associates. Miss Grace Williams says, good morning, Dr. Batson and Associates. Thanks so much for the information that you share with us. Miss Sharon Theodore, good morning to you. Miss Marcia Letrin, a pleasant good morning to you. Miss Avian Francis, good morning to you. And Miss Francis asked a question. She says, Dr. Batson, how can one deal with endometriosis? Is it hereditary, by the way? Well, as I said, I believe you may have a hereditary or a predisposition to having specific issues, but it's not something I would put as the beginning and the end all. The thing is, endometriosis is a very painful situation for women. Endometriosis is primarily thickening of the endometrium or the lining of the uterus. The thicker that lining is, the more problematic you have. It means you're going to have a very, very heavy period. You're going to have a very painful period. And most women with endometriosis have serious problems with bleeding to the point where they could actually bleed out. So, women, you need to be very careful. At Batson and Associates, we do carry a wide range of products for hormonal imbalance because hormonal imbalance is the main reason for endometriosis. Interestingly, we'll be having uh, some additional products with that because we are getting some problems with our cyst and fibroid formula, which we should have, God's willing, about the next week. Women's formula, female balance, and there's also two new products that we're going to be getting for perimenopause, PMS, as well as hormonal imbalance. So women who have problems with things like vaginal dryness, disinterest of any kind of intimacy, because when women have hormonal imbalance, they don't even want to watch their husband, they don't even want to see him. So we're gonna fix that because we have to make sure that a lot of people, and this is not me trying to be facetious or rude or disrespectful in any way to anyone, but a lot of people talk about men and the boy. They have to take care of the boy, go on to take care of the boy, and the girl good, the whole household good. I think apart from that is the ladies as well, because we have a lot of women now with serious hormonal imbalance, and we all adults here because of this hormonal imbalance situation. The bedroom business is literally gone. And of course, we know that is a part of life, that is part of your relationship. So it would be unjust for your poor husband or mate or whoever the person is to be suffering because of your hormonal imbalance. But the thing is, you're not well. So I'm not saying it's not a deliberate action on your part, but it's something that we need to correct, and correction can take place. Right? So that whole feeling of disinterest and the dryness of vaginal dryness and the insomnia and the emotional instability or instability rather is something that we can correct and we will correct as it relates to that. But once you have endometriosis, fibroids, polycystic ovaries, ovarian cyst, endometriosis, and the list goes on, you do have a serious hormonal imbalance challenge that needs to be addressed and corrected. So feel free to give us a call or visit. Keep in mind our telephone numbers for the Shagonas office. That number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is at the Red Edge Mall. That is on Muniram Street in St. James, Muniram. And that telephone number is 220-8113. Again, that's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number for Tobago is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Erica Palmer, Miss Kathleen Ishmael, my dear. Pleasant good morning to you. She says, always a beautiful blessing. And you don't understand, every time you say that, I feel so appreciative and humbled by that. Thank you so very much. Miss Annie Love says, good morning. Miss Ria Harrickson, she says, good morning. And she says she's viewing from CT. CT would be where, girl? That would be an acronym for somewhere, not too sure. Miss Kathleen just said, hi, Dr. Batson's blessings to you and your staff, blessing to everyone. Yes, my dear, sorry about Friday, Miss Valentine, but we do have to talk because I did try calling the number, but I didn't get them, so I don't know what was going on there. But we will speak and I will address and deal with what I need to deal with for you. Okay, my dear? Miss Pat Ashton says, greetings from South Florida. Pleasant good day to you. Let me say, Honey Bay says, the more that beard get gray is the more I want to watch this program. Pleasant good morning. Oh, yes, Connecticut is where she's from. So pleasant good morning to Connecticut. So we have Connecticut, we have New York, we have Texas, we have St. Vincent, we have Barbados in the house. So Trinidad and Tobago. So let us hear from you, the listeners of Sky 99.5. So again, I will go over to Mr. Samuels and we'll just remind these persons of the numbers. Okay, good.
We actually have a question. After getting my blood pressure and the glucose under control, I am getting some flare up on my left hand, which is very irritating. What can I use for this? I recently did a detox. Please advice.
Okay, so they said that they're getting some, or all right. Well, if you have gotten your blood pressure and your blood sugar under control, I don't know what it is you did, if it's basically medication, if it was a change in diet, or a combination of. That's very, very good. The thing is, in a situation like that, it could also be a hydration or deficiency in the body. You see, the thing is, a lot of people, when they hear supplementation and they hear vitamin, because this is the next thing I feel sorry for people for. A lot of people say, well, I went to the doctor and the doctor said, don't use vitamins. I mean, when you look at what nutrition is, vitamins is just one small, small, minuscule part in the grand scheme of what nutrition really is. When I say that, you have vitamins, you have enzymes, you have phytonutrients, you have a number of different things that can help the body. So it's a matter of understanding again your body and understanding what um where the deficiencies lie. As I said, in doing the blood analysis, and I love blood analysis, I really, really do love it, in the sense that of all the diagnostic tools that I have ever used in my life, and this includes blood tests, CT scans, MRIs, X-rays, whatever the case may be that we may need, depending on the system or the organ system that needs work. I have full confidence in our blood analysis, and I'll tell you why. Even better than a complete um, report where you do CBC, kidney profile, liver profile, whatever the case may be, even things like ESR, all of them. No, I'm not saying I do not take them into consideration, nor have I sent patients, because I normally do a lot of referral letters to send a client to get the results that we need to get or the tests that we need to get. The point I'm making as it relates to blood analysis, and especially at Batson and Associates, is that we pride ourselves in doing a thorough, thorough job with you. You might have to wait a little while, but when we finished with you, we know exactly what it is we're dealing with. And that's why I always tell persons, when we have our clients, which is why 98% of our clients get better. I think it's more than 90, maybe about 99.5% of them. We have a 0.5%, and the 0.5% usually is either they were not able to continue the program based on some sort of financial situation, and that in itself, it doesn't even stop you, because it's a matter of doing piece by piece. I mean, at the end of the day, if you could do all one time, it's better. But if you can't do all one, well, you can't go and rob the bank, you're going to go and lock somebody's neck. But at the end of the day, you want to feel better, you want to look better, you want to be healthier. So if we have to do it piece by piece, then by all means do it piece by piece, but do not do it, because if you don't do it, then it doesn't change your situation. It doesn't change your situation. Are you aware that Miss Annie Love says Canada in the house? Pleasant good morning to you. Honey B, yes, you need to drop off a few pack of whoopies. Yeah, I'll take that. That's no problem. They tell me I need not whoopies, there's some other thing. They said that this is burst up here. So the thing is, with these, anytime I put them in, they always burst. All right. So I'm looking forward to that gift. Ms. Marge Hills says, don't forget your loyal Canadian viewers. No, I would not. I most certainly would not. And then I have Miss Rena Noel says, good morning from PA. PA is where? I'm not sure. PA is there's an acronym for a state in the US. Can't remember which one it is though. But again, pleasant good morning to you guys. So check out our Nerve Restore. That's a product that I like a lot. Pennsylvania. Okay, pleasant good morning to Pennsylvania. So back to the myasthenia gravis. Let me just speak about this quickly. So the thing with myasthenia gravis and any disease that is labeled as autoimmune, what you just have to understand in this journey, you have some work to do. You have some work, but once you stick to it, and I always tell persons, you have to be consistent. Consistency and discipline will get you way further than talent. My former boss at WASA, Mr. Kendall Spencer, says it's best stick to itiveness. So you need to stick to it. You can't just start the race. You start to drink water. You drink water good for a month, and then you stop drinking water and quarreling with yourself and say, this water ain't working. Start. Start. Diabetics. I always appeal to people with diabetes. And the reason why I appeal to you guys is because I know I have seen it for the past 14 years. September 4th, this year, I'm going to make it 14 years since I've been in practice. And I'll tell you something. You do not play with diabetes. Two things you don't play with. The major one you don't play with is high blood pressure. Do not play with your pressure. I'm telling you, Trinidad and Tobago, the listeners of Sky 99.5, do not play. Your blood pressure is not your friend. It is not. Blood pressure like a child that needs to be disciplined and fit. Put you in your place. They don't have a friend business there with that. Because let me tell you something, if your blood pressure reaches to the point where it is uncontrollable, and that happens to most people, especially if you have been taking medication for years, then it reaches a point where the medication ain't doing nothing. Because those are primarily what calcium channel blocker, beta blockers, diuretics. You can force, you know how a diuretic work? Diuretic causes you to lose sodium. So diuretics interfere with mineral balance in the body. So in order for you to get a diuretic, or how a diuretic works, is that it removes sodium and water follows sodium. So that's literally they force. So what they do, they force sodium out of your body and the water going to come out after. That's not something to be doing on a regular basis. You think? They're going to put you in some problems. You're going to start to get cramps. You're going to start to get problems with pins and needles. So with the same myasthenia gravis situation, what myasthenia gravis is a situation where your immune system has become your gastrointestinal system, and then by extension, your immune system has become compromised. The same applies with cancer. I always tell people, since there isn't anyone who has cancer and has a healthy immune system. If your immune system is healthy, you cannot, you would not, and you shall not get cancer. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you that. You cannot, impossible for it to happen. Impossible. Because your immune system is going to pick up that anomaly in the duplication of your blood cells. Because all types of cancer are unusual duplication of cells. In layman terms, that's what it is. Simple. We could go into all the but no, I ain't going to confuse nobody this morning. You keep it as simple and straightforward as possible. So it means that if you have been diagnosed with cancer, regardless of whatever you decide to do, because I don't get into that piece of politics neither. I don't have time for that. I'm not going to tell somebody to do chemotherapy or tell them to do radiation. That's like telling people to go and take the vaccine. That's your own personal choice, and that is your business. You have to make that decision for yourself. Nobody can do that for you. And I always stand my ground where that is concerned. If me, I can make a decision for myself. You have to weigh your pros, your cons. But what I will guarantee and tell you is this: if you are someone with cancer, if you know someone who currently has cancer or had cancer, a good word of advice is this: ensure that you work on your immune system consistently for the days of your life. Because in doing that, you're going to safeguard yourself and give your body the ammunition it needs to put up a good fight. That's the problem with a lot of people, you know. The internal police and regiment and your National Guard in some of your body don't exist, you know. Why do we have Coast Guard? Why do we have police? Why do we have army? Why do countries have military thing and armies? I said nobody can run in there and play stupid and just run in there just and interfere with the people. Hmm? And again, not getting into the politics, but that's what you have to do. You have to protect your borders. You have to protect your people. So internally, some of all your borders just open. Anybody is free rainfall. Anybody could come in, run in, do what they want. Because your immune system is so compromised because of having a compromised gastrointestinal system that you cannot put up a fight. You can't put up a fight. And cancer is a fighter. Again, I'm not getting into the politics. We do cancer. I will be very glad to help anybody who has cancer. We have helped hundreds of them before, and I have no problem helping anyone. Keep in mind, I am not in the politics. So I'm not going to tell you I'm going to, your decision of chemotherapy and radiation, I could provide information for you, and you have to make a decision. And that's the next thing with a lot of us, we want people to make decisions for us so that we would now be void of consequences, maybe, or void of taking responsibility for what happens. But this is your body. So in the final analysis, you are the person who has to do what needs to be done. So you want healthier here? There are things for healthier here. There's a way to get healthier here. You want healthier skin? There's a way to have healthier skin. Even if you have psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, lichen planus, and any other skin problems that you have, there's a way to have a healthy bowel. Your bowels may not be healthy now. You may suffer from acid reflux. You may be suffering from constipation. You may suffer from GERD, which is gastrointestinal reflux disease. You may have problems with irritable bowel syndrome or Crohn's disease or diverticulitis or some sort of other inflammatory bowel condition. So what you're going to do about that? Sit down and watch the paper and take steroids and painkillers. How long will it take that for? Hmm? Have you done anything to adjust your water intake? Has anybody tell you or told you that gastrointestinal problems, especially autoimmune conditions, have to do with a compromised immune system, which has to do with a compromised gastrointestinal system? No. So if you do address that and you walking around there, your whole inside polluted. I was looking at a video recently and again, this is not me attempting to be facetious or rude in any way. I'm just making a point. I was looking at a video recently where someone went into the landfill. And it was an eye opener. First time I actually got to see inside of there. Well, at least based on what the cameras carried. Um, and they were saying certain things and whatever the case may be. But I was looking at the condition inside of that place. And then I told someone, I remember reading a book some years ago where they were talking about the gut and gut health and that kind of thing. And one of the things that I was telling individuals is that your internal homeostasis, your internal equilibrium, your internal balance.
Yeah. See, yeah, my funny do on Instagram. Yeah.
Good.
On Instagram and everything.
Okay, good. Oh, but can't find them. All right, Facebook. We had a little yeah, we had a little technical difficulty there. We correcting it now. Um, yeah, we just reconnecting to the studio as well.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Carter, sir.
All right. We have you back.
Yeah.
Connection dropped for a minute. We had to do some troubleshooting.
Okay, good. No problem. Yes, sir. So, yeah, well, you know it is when you're dealing with technology. So, what I was saying, I would go over to, I don't know if you have any more questions or if we.
We have a couple bit of questions actually.
Okay, go ahead. So,
That's just
yeah.
Good morning, Dr. Batson. Do you have vitamin C?
Yes, we do. That's what your question? Yeah, we have something called Advanced C, which is a slow release. It has rose hips and that kind of thing in it. Yeah, we have that. We do.
Okay, great. And we have another question. Question for Dr. Batson. I am experiencing constipation like twice a week. If I eat spinach, for example, I did a detox for 2 weeks in February after it normalized, but now it started back with what I can use to help me to get regularized or what to eat in my diet. Please help.
Okay. The thing is, when you're dealing with gut problems, now I will say this, the gut could be very, very troublesome for a number of reasons. And a lot of the times the trouble that we get from our gut sometimes is self-induced trouble where we would have done things that we weren't supposed to do, not eat on time, eat and drink simultaneously, drink a lot of cold beverages. All those things seriously affect the way your body assimilates and digests food. So those are some things that you wouldn't want to do. You don't want to eat and drink simultaneously. You don't want to be using too much of cold water. Um, Internally, I always tell persons more hot tea is better. We do carry some digestive supplements at Batson and Associates. We have a stem cell digestive product, which I like a lot because that's probiotic, prebiotic, and digestive enzymes. We normally recommend you take like one in the night with a glass of water, and a lot of persons get very good results with that. We also have digestive restore, which brings back the gastrointestinal balance in the body. We have a tea called gastro tea, and we also have something known as digestive balance and digestive restore. All of those are basically designed to help bring back that correct environment, excuse me, in the gut, in the gastrointestinal system. So that's something that you could pay very close attention to. Santulan is something I like as well. The only thing with Santulan, it is not recommended for someone who may be weak, if you may have anemia, that type of thing. Santulan is not to say you could never use it, but excuse me, at that point in time, it wouldn't be the correct thing to use. We're going to have to build you up, do some work on your intestines, that type of thing. And then we would actually get the results that we're looking for in that particular area. So again, feel free to give us a call. Keep in mind that telephone number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314. That's 314-9975. 314-9975. Next question.
All right, that will be it from our end for now.
Okay, good. No problem.
So, Mr. Batson is back online. We dropped the connection for a bit, so you can contact us at 625-2759 and 624-7729. That's for the callers who actually tried to connect when we lost Mr. Batson. So you can call back now.
Okay, good. So while we wait on you just let me know when we have them, right?
Sure, fantastic.
Okay, good. So again, let me say, so Ms. Valentine is asking, how often do you drink gastro tea? You could drink it once a day. If your gastrointestinal system is really, really bad, then I suggest you drink anywhere between 2 to 3 cups a day. Use your bags twice or 3 times. It really does help. And you could get some results with that. Miss Nicola Heard Yes, from Antigua. Pleasant good day to you, Miss Hood. Hope all is well with you. Miss Sharon Theodore asked a question here. She said, Dr. Batson, what can be done for fibroid sarcoma on the shoulder? Love your program. Thank you. So a fibroid sarcoma on the shoulder. Miss Nadira Bassant. Hey, pleasant good morning to you, my dear. I hope all is well with you. The thing is, when we're dealing with any sort of fibrosarcoma, it means you're dealing with a particular type of tissue. Now, the thing with that tissue is that that tissue is what is known as fibrodense tissue. It's something. It's similar to like fibroids. The fibroids and those type of tissue, things like fibrin, is a lot of protein. And with those type of tissue, you need to use things to actually break it down because there are things that could actually digest that. And we do that a lot when we do in our program for fibroids. Now, the thing is, fibroids are very difficult to deal with. We have successfully dealt with a number of individuals with fibroids, but there are some persons that fibroids are very difficult to deal with. And the reason for this, it is not impossible, but it is sometimes the expense because what you may have to use to actually, people say melt, but it's not melting the fibroid. It's actually ingest it and take it out of the system is a lot of work. But which is why I always tell persons, try and drink more hot teas, ladies. If you know you have fibroids, do not be drinking cold things. You are just going to make those fibroids get bigger and bigger and bigger and get more difficult to deal with. Cold water is not your friend. I don't know what language to say that in again for you. If you continue to drink cold water, according to the old people, blow your nose, go and blow your nose, or you get a cold. You are going to end up in a lot of problems. It is not a good thing for you. Especially for your respiratory system. It is not a good thing for your musculoskeletal system. It is way further not a good thing for your sexual reproductive system, especially men. I think if you tell more men that drinking water, cold water is not good for your erection, then plenty of them might stop. Just try and drink some hot teas. Hot tea will always help circulation and erection by extension. Cold water internally is not good for the body. I don't care how hot the day is. I don't care if you like cold water, you find it tastes good. Okay, no problem. We don't have any issue with you liking what you like. Like what you like, but don't say that we didn't tell you. All right? I can live with that.
We have some calls on the line right now actually coming through to you.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, sir.
All right, you can go ahead. Hello, good morning.
Well, Mr. Carter,
Good morning, good morning.
answering the question I asked about the flare up on his skin when he gets cut off. Could he continue that then?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. If it is you have issues with your skin, so you might be diagnosed with, or you might even have a diagnosis. You just find, hey, here what? You see my skin? My skin just gave me problem. You don't like how your skin looking. You have a lot of luta, you have a lot of blotches. You find you don't have that healthy glow. What is your body telling you? Your body is telling you 7-channel detox, Santulan, kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. I'll say it again. Kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. So let me share something quickly. These are 7 channels or drains, or if you want to call it, that your body utilizes to remove waste. The highest amount of toxins leave your body via what? Your sweat, right? Sweat usually is supposed to come through your pores. Mr. Carter, if you ever call them, I will stop and I'll just handle. Yeah. So the thing is, a lot of the times, there are people who don't sweat. So if you're not sweating sufficiently, there's a problem, right? Because sweat is what you want your pores to be nice and open so that all that sweat and that debris going to come out of there. When you end up with things like atopic dermatitis, lichen planus, or even eczema, even things like this thing, what they call acne, that is not your skin. It is manifested on the skin, and it is manifested in the skin. The system or the organ system that is your skin is an organ system known as your integumentary system. So that's a long term. But your integumentary system is your skin and its appendages, i.e., hair, nails, those type of things, right? So the thing is, healthy skin, like anything else, is dependent on what? Not your skin alone, but the other 6 organs of elimination: kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, and your lungs. And that's where Santulan comes in. I'm a huge advocate of cleansing and detoxifying. In fact, one of the things we're going to be doing, God's willing, in this year when we open that next office in Londonville, that's going to be primarily colon hydrotherapy and a whole host of things where we actually targeting the colon, gastrointestinal system, that type of thing. Because it's very important that you maintain a healthy gut. Trinidad and Tobago, the listeners of Sky 99.5, if I am saying to you that cancer, something as serious, something as debilitating, something as heart-wrenching as cancer, is simply able to do what it is able to do because your immune system, and by extension your gastrointestinal system, is not functioning as it should. So Trinidad. Okay, good. Go ahead.
Hello, good morning. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just take off the arm. Yeah. For what? For what? For bone health? Okay, good. No problem. All right. Okay. So she's asking a question. What supplements or what vitamins do you carry for bone health? What can you do for bone health? The thing is, when you're looking at bone health, there are a number of things. Now, bone health for women is different from bone health with men. And very quickly, the reason for that is because women, most of the time, because of the hormones that they have, primarily higher levels of estrogen, progesterone, and that whole menstrual cycle issue, well, not issue, but menstrual cycle aspect of their life, significantly affects your bones. So if I'm dealing with a female, it means that any program that I'm putting together for healthy musculoskeletal system with a female, one of the first things you're going to have to use is CMOS. And I tell people I'm a huge advocate of the use of CMOS, without milk, of course. And the reason for that is that it does some improvement in the musculoskeletal system, i.e. bones, tendons, ligaments, that type of thing. There's a product we carry which is a collagen product, but it is collagen and hyaluronic acid, and it is a hydrolyzed collagen. So if it's hydrolyzed, it means price-wise it's going to be a little different. The thing is, but you're getting value for your money because it means that the assimilation and the way your body is actually going to take this in is much faster than any supplement that they have on the market, simply because it is a hydrolyzed collagen, and it's not only collagen, it's collagen and hyaluronic acid. So that's something that you could always call and get information on. We do put that on, that's pre-order, because that's something that we do not necessarily stock here, but we bring it in. It doesn't take long to come in any case, right? If I'm dealing with somebody with debilitating bone problems, so you may have been diagnosed with things like osteoarthritis and osteoporosis, where the bone density is compromised, or where you have problems with your knees. So somebody might be telling you need to take a knee replacement, you need to do a hip replacement. Those things are not really advisable unless, or advised rather, unless it's a state of emergency. You have no choice in the matter. You fall long, you break something. Okay, good. But my advice to you is this. I always tell persons, the decision will always be yours, but keep in mind that you have to live with the decision that you make. You know the old people that were saying, blow your nose, go and blow your nose where you get cold? Right. I'm simply saying all of that to say, if it is you have a problem with your knees, check your weight. That's the first thing you're supposed to do. If your knee hurting you, your back hurting you, your ankles swelling, your ankles hurting you, check your weight. So we know the rule for weight, right? Your weight should be, now the thing is, weight is a big debate. So we're not talking about BMI. BMI stands for body mass index. We're not talking about body mass index. We're talking about your body composition, which means your muscle content in the body is supposed to be higher. Now, the problem is, as we start to get older, especially women, they end up with what is known as muscular atrophies. So what do you think we're talking about here? We're talking about the ladies, and then when you raise up on there by your arm there and you have that flapping thing, everybody just come in my office and quarrel about that. Dr. Batson, where you have to get rid of this. The thing is, that is what is known as muscular atrophy, which means the muscles begin to lose that tightness and that rigidity that they have. And that is something as a result of age, but it also as a result of what? Being lack of movement, mobility. You're not doing any exercise, any resistance training. Resistance training is something that I recommend for everybody. Every single person should be doing resistance training. Everyone, you know why? Resistance training, especially as you get older, helps to preserve your muscularity. That rigidity, sorry, and stiffness in the muscle. Now, we have a challenge as we get older where the way our body metabolizes protein. That's a challenge as well. However, there are things that you could do now to correct or slow down that. And that is where Batson and Associates comes in. It's very, very important that you really work on that. So as it relates to women with bones, as I said, get your CMOS, get your CMOS. Batson and Associates will be getting back in stock by the next week. We should have the collagen and hyaluronic acid. You could always call. That product is pre-order. You could always get some information on it. I like this collagen, quite frankly. I would have used powdered collagens and other collagens that I would have tried before. And let me tell you something. When I see Dr. Batson bring in something for it, it's not a joke thing I bring in. I try and test a number of things. A lot of the products that I have, I use. I use Santulan, I use Alkagen water. That same collagen and hyaluronic acid. Just this morning, I take a tablespoon of that. The only products I do not use are the ones specifically for women and the one for like diabetes. I wouldn't use blood sugar control. I do suffer from high blood pressure. Blood sugar, sorry. But I will use Santulan. I'll use the collagen. I love Nerve Restore. Nerve Restore is actually one of my most favorite products. Me personally to use because I find it gives you a piece of zen and a piece of peace. A mind that regardless of how much work you have to do and how many people you have to interact with on a daily basis, and regardless of the level of stress that you have, you're still able to maintain some sort of little woosa moments. So, you go fly off your handle and just feel to tell everybody how where you feel to tell them now. It helps you sleep better. It's very good for anxiety. It's very good for depression. There's a testimony that we have, and we have some more testimonies that we are actually going to be loading up on our social media. Follow us there. Keep in mind, we are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Keep in mind those telephone numbers and locations. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That's Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We're also on the corner of Ramsonwood Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. Keep in mind that Debe now has their appointments back from Monday to Saturday. So you can have your blood analysis done, your scan done, everything to determine what is going on with you. Ms. Nadira Bassan says, Dr. Batson, can you advise a cancer patient who has started chemotherapy how to boost her immune system? She has started taking aloe and coconut oil for both skin, and she is ingesting both. Can you advise on what she can take to keep her immunity up? Thanks. You're well. Okay, no problem. The thing is, again, when you're dealing with cancer, you're dealing with an immune system problem. So in order to boost that immune system and maintain the level of immunity, you're going to need specific supplementation. Now, there's a product that we carry, which is an glutathione product. And this is something, that product is actually on special right now because there's a sport version of the product. Now, let me explain something quickly. Glutathione is the master antioxidant in the body. Now, we know antioxidants. One of the most common antioxidants that we are aware of is which one? Vitamin C, right? Now, in order for vitamin C to work well, glutathione has to be present. In order for any antioxidant to work properly, glutathione has to be important. And glutathione is one of the master aspects of your immune system. So definitely that person is going to have to look at proper supplementation in this particular journey that they're on in order to help the body to do what is required. Because you have to keep in mind, once you have cancer, and you are doing chemotherapy and or radiation, you are further breaking down your body. And I'm not trying to be, fast, again, cause problems here. It's fact. You can research it, right? So it means you have to do things to maintain the integrity of what? Your gastrointestinal system, you have to maintain your musculoskeletal system, and you have to maintain your respiratory system. Because regardless of the type of cancer that you have, once you would have done chemotherapy and radiation, those are the three organ systems that become compromised, heavily compromised. Gastrointestinal, your musculoskeletal, and respiratory. Which is why most of the time when people have cancer and they go into remission and cancer comes back, it usually comes back either in your bones, your lungs, or your colon. Very easy to come back in those instances there. So it's very important that, you try your best and boost that. Yes, Mr. Carter.
Yes, Dr. Batson, we have a couple questions. Also, if you guys want to connect, if you're just tuning in wherever you are right now, if you're probably in a taxi, if you're probably at home and you want to ask some questions, you can send your WhatsApp at 333-9950. That's 333-9950. Okay, we have like 3 questions back to back here. One, can dementia be cured? 2, after having a glass of water, first thing in the morning, should I have my fruits first before breakfast or after breakfast? And 3,
Wait, just you're going too fast. No, give me all that at one time. I'm multitasking here. Right. So the first one was what? What's the first one?
first one, can dementia be cured?
Okay, so let me answer that. I mean, cured is a word that we don't use because that's a court word. So we're going to use the word reverse. And the reason why we're using the word reverse is not because you can't cure, but it's just words. English language is a funny thing, right? Reverse now means, and it carries the connotation of a situation that is basically correcting itself or is being corrected by you, based on your diet, your lifestyle, your whole mental frame of mind, and everything like that. So dementia can be reversed. My thing with a lot of dementia people, unfortunately, is a lot of the times their guardians wait a little too late with them, in the sense that you need to pay very close attention. Dementia, Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, and those type of things come from hardening up of or very stiffening and poor circulation in the brain. So it's a matter of now correcting that situation, and there are a number of things that we could do. I've put numerous protocols in place for that. I'm a huge advocate of the cold pressed coconut oil. Huge, 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 huge advocate. And I often tell persons at least take 2 teaspoons of coconut oil daily. The cold pressed coconut oil. There's a product we carry at Batson Associates we have one called Optimizer that improves blood circulation to the brain. I like that. You find clients with their eyes get a lot of results with that product. There's one known as Cerebral, which is actually now for the aspect of the cognitive function and memory, intelligence, that type of thing. And then you have Nerve Restore, which is an adaptogen overall as it relates to reducing cortisol in the body. Because once you reduce cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone, then it means healing could actually take place. Okay, what was the next question, sir?
All right. After having a glass of water, first thing in the morning, should I have my fruits first before breakfast or after breakfast?
Okay, fruits. The thing with fruits, when you're having fruits, you have to have some luxury time, in the sense that if you eat fruits, you're going to have to wait a good while before you have your breakfast, because your breakfast is going to be some sort of protein, carbohydrate kind of thing there. So, okay, so let's say you get up this morning. What time I got up, boy? I got up this morning about 5 o'clock. I had at least 2 cups of water. Now, I drink very large cups of water, but this is habit. I've been doing this for a number of years, so this is not a first-time thing. So my body has gotten accustomed to that, right? So I would get up and I would have 2 cups of water, large cups, immediately. It would take me like maybe about 10 minutes to drink the 2 cups of water. Let's say, for argument's sake. And those cups are maybe 16-ounce cups. So that's 32 ounces. And then maybe about 15 minutes after or thereabout, I would have a next cup of water, 16-ounce cup of water, and I add some silver and chlorophyll and whatnot in it, right? Now, the reason why I'm saying this to you is that when you do that now, so I would increase and have more water. So instead of 1 glass of water, I would have 2 glasses of water. If one of the glasses of water could be a warm glass of water, better fat. Your fruits now, I would have fruits maybe 30 minutes to an hour after the water. And then you're going to have to give yourself 2 hours after the fruits to then have your breakfast. So if you have the luxury of that time to do that, then do that. If you don't have the luxury, then I suggest you have your breakfast first. And then maybe later, between breakfast and lunch, you can have your fruits. Or you can maybe have fruits as a meal by themselves or a snack by themselves. But you don't want fruits too close to your food because that's going to cause fermentation and going to cause a lot of gas and bloating and stuff in the intestines. All right. Next question.
All right. Good morning. What are your thoughts on having a colonic irrigation done?
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of that. I mean, once you're going by who you're going and you know they clean and well, I mean they're going to follow normal sterile procedures. Of course, I'm a big advocate of that. In fact, that's something Batson Associates is going to be start doing in a while. It's something I wanted to do years now. But with that, you have to have specific facilities and whatnot, and then specific, it's just a matter of getting things in place. But definitely, I'm a huge advocate of that, simply because I'm a huge advocate of the importance of proper gastrointestinal health and how proper gastrointestinal health is linked to the rest of your body. I always tell persons the most important organ system in the human body is your gastrointestinal system. The most important organ is your colon. It is not your heart, it is not your brain, it is not your kid, it is your, if that fella is not working properly, if inside of there is not properly cleansed, you're going to be in some problems. Think about this. Let me tell you something quickly. There's a test we do called the mirror test. So it's now 10:47 a.m. in the morning. Before the day is out, it's better you do it in the day when it have light. We want natural light. Go in your house, wherever in your house is, you must have a mirror. Have a big mirror. And take off all your clothes. And this is not me trying to be rude or anything. We're talking facts here. Because at the end of the day, everybody want to look better. Everybody want to feel better. And watch yourself in the mirror. No clothes on, eh? Watch all the mark, watch under your eye, watch your forehead, look at the side of your temple there, look at under your neck, because those things tell you things, eh? That's how people have seen there's some big black line on your neck. Like you want some torso and blue soap to bathe. But it's not that you're not bathing, you're bathing and scrubbing your neck every day, But you know what that is? That is your body starting to tell you that you're getting metabolic syndrome, which is an early sign of diabetes. So look at yourself. Watch your belly. You're comfortable with that belly? That belly look like your belly? You want that belly? Most people will tell you no. Most people will tell you no. You don't want no big belly. Why you have a big belly? You're not pregnant. So you're not supposed to be carrying a big belly. So it means we need to work on that belly. And that's not somebody trying to tell you. Because I always tell persons, you have to know that every day you have to do something to stack the odds in your favor, health-wise. Look at your knees. How them knee and them look? Dark, a little too dark. So when you do that for yourself, then you need Honey Bay says she's afraid to watch herself. Honey Bay, try your best. I see you already. You are nothing to worry about. So that's what you have to do. Look and what it is you want to do. Is it that you want to lose some weight? You want to work on your poor circulation? You want to work on your eyesight? What you have to do, and let me say something about people who say, oh God, Dr. Batson, I save everybody to come by here. Save any money to come by me for what? What are you going to do? Buy a house? People is going like if, no, it's not that. Piece by piece. I'll tell you something about this particular lady that I had. There was a client who used to come to us, and she used to come to get stuff for her husband. So you should be buying her husband stuff. And she had some problems with weight and a number of issues. She said, Dr. Batson, I have plenty of issues. And every time she come, and I'm wrong, this in Tobago, she would say, hello, Dr. Batson, I come in to check in, I save any money. So about the third time I saw her, and she told me the same thing. I call her, I said, you'll come, let me talk to you. I said, what money you saving? So long I seen you come in here, what it is you feel you're going to do? You're going to buy a car? What? She said, well, no, Dr. Batson, I'm saving because I want to do the test, and I want to do this, and whatever the case may be. So I said, what it is wrong with you? She said, well, I have a lot of problems, but one of the things I could tell you, I have plenty poor circulation. I said, well, how you know you have poor circulation? And then, but she had on a skirt, and she just sort of, where the skirt was like maybe a little above her knee. So, she showed me by her calves and thing, and she had some little varicose veins and spider veins, whatever the case may be. And she said she gets a lot of cramp and she gets problems to sleep. I said, so you suffering all this time, every time you come in here and telling me you're saving money, saving money? I said, well, here what to do. I said, get some circulation tea, buy a pack of Santulan and buy 3 bottles of water. Now, you all know me, I don't call price, but that didn't come up to more than $300, right? So she bought it. If I give you a joke, I know that client up to this day. That was about 4 years ago. Up to now, she didn't come and see me for no test. You know why? She feeling good. She started off with the tea. She used the circulation tea. She used 3 bottles of water. Then she used the Santulan. Then she came in the office and she started to speak into Latoya, who is the young lady who works in Tobago. And then she asked Latoya to ask me, and I have no problem thing. She said, to ask Dr. Batson what I could do now. And then I told her, I said, well, here what to do. Use a bottle of the advanced chlorophyll. And then she buy the bottle of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll lasts her 2 months. She said, Dr. Batson, what to use now? I say, use a silver with a mineral formula. Then she buy that. Please buy the woman good as ever. No sugar medication, no pressure medication again. She lost weight. She just walk now, exercise, no varicose veins, no spider veins, nothing. The point I am making, listeners of Sky 99.5, is you have to start somewhere. Why it is you feel you need to have $1 million to take care of yourself. That is what has happened to plenty earlier. You just need 3 bottles of alkagen water and take some teas. We got back circulation tea in stock, by the way. Little by little, this make, as my great grandmother used to say, little, this make big. Piece by piece. And you will start to get the results that you want. So don't sit down home there and you're suffering. You can't see good. You're studying this. Some people tell me Dr. Batson are somewhere halfway across the world, but again, holiday next year, December. So next year, December, I come in to see you. We are in March 2023. So you waiting until December 2024 to see me? You have a contract with God. You know you're going to be living for so long if it is you're sick. So the point I'm making is that you can get online consultation. We could do a Zoom consultation. Gone are the days when a doctor had to be in front of you to take care of you again. They're doing robotics. If you go in Italy, you could go and do a surgery. 5 robots and you in a room, and it have 1 doctor outside. And listen to me, not a mistake. They're doing heart transplant, open this, open that, all kind of thing inside of there. We live in a different age now. So my point is, take advantage of the technology that we have. Even if it is to do an over-the-phone consultation, some people believe, I don't have to see people. When people say, Dr. Batson, I want to see you. Okay, good. It has some people who believe in that. Okay, good, no problem. You want to see me, you want to see me. You're going to have a little long wait to see, but you're going to see all the same. But the point I'm making, when we're looking at the efficiency and the effectiveness of what it is you have to get done and the results that you come, because as much as all of us want to be smiling and nice and make friends, remain friends, whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, you came for a specific purpose. And the purpose that you came for is to get what? Better, get results. And that's what we wanted to get. So don't be sitting down home there and you have diabetes and your sugar is 300 and something and you're studying, well, okay, I'm saving the money. What money you saving? 3 bottles of alkagen water, 30 packs of blood sugar control. Yeah, pass 280 day. And that blood sugar control going to help to start to regulate your blood sugar, and it also going to help with your circulation. The alkagen water going to help you to have a better bowel movement. So automatically, your blood sugar going to start to read well. And you ain't spend $1 million. And you ain't reaching Batson office yet. So what is you waiting on? An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. The next set of people is these people with this kidney problem. Everybody now have a kidney concern. Please do not wait to come and bring a creatinine 50 for me to come to help you. Your creatinine high now, your GFR high, they're telling you your kidney is stage 3, stage B, 3A, 3B, 4. give us a call and come let us deal with it now. Do not wait until your kidney is stage 5 down to the last to come and confuse me. Please, please, let us do what we need to do now. Because everything that you have to do is dependent on you, because when you get your protocol and your diet and everything, that's not the way. I'm not living in your house with you. I ain't coming to cook for you. Is you are to cook your food for yourself. And you have to schedule your stuff, drink your water, and do what you need to do. So let's do what we have to do to get where we want to be. All right? Men with prostate, I haven't spoken on prostate for a while. But again, fellas, watch all yourself, because this prostate thing getting serious. A lot of people, I don't know, like apparently it have somewhere where they're collecting stones or something. I don't know if it have a quarry, a special quarry for testicles or something, where they're taking out everybody's stones and testicle now. And again, I'm not being facetious or rude, because some person going to hear me and find I was ridiculous in the way I said it. That is your business. But my point is, I believe that you should go with what you come with. So this thing, men, take care of your prostates. Please make sure, if it is you want a little information on something you could drink, there's actually a new product that we have coming out just now that's specifically designed for men with prostate, because I find we are getting a lot of persons. And as usual, we always get very good results with them. But I find I was getting a lot of prostate cancer patients. So that's something that we started to work on assiduously. Keep in mind our engine promotion. Don't forget that this is for all the men out there and women who may be working in oil and gas. You're working in gas station. You might be a welder. You might be a painter. You're doing auto mechanics. You're doing this thing. Gentlemen, you are in an industry where you inhale fumes and toxins. If you do not take care of yourself, you are going to end up a cancer patient. Plain talk, bad manners. You are going to end up a cancer patient. So don't be ridiculous. Even if you're wearing PP, please do your detox. Ladies, the hairdressers, lovely hairdressers, because all these hairdressers be pretty and nice. Please take your cleanse and your detox. There are a lot of hairdressers that falling down from cancer, lung cancer, breast cancer. And the reason for that is that they constantly smelling all these hair products that they put in people's hair. You are not inhaling fragrance from flowers. You are inhaling poison. You work in a gas station. Gas is not, gas is something to smell. You smell it because you have no choice in the matter. When I go to fill my vehicle, as you see, they could go in my car because I just be one end and I am next end of the gas station fulling. I am not standing up close to that to smell that. Those things are not good for you. But work is work. That's your job. So the point I'm making is that you have to use your common sense. So an ounce of prevention better than a pound of cure. You know you're a painter. You know you're an auto mechanic man. You know you're doing body work. You're doing welding. You know you might be a man dealing with woodwork. So you just do plenty lacquer. And please, you cannot be using those things and not get sick. Check the statistics. The statistics there, Of course, we do have good statistics. And well, I mean, let me just say that. But in Trinidad, you have to look at them statistics 2 and 3 times. Because since I am since I know myself, I hear, and we have 1.3 million people, and up to now, I am in the 40s, and I ain't see that change yet. So the point I'm making is, mind your business. You know you're doing a little well in your auto mechanics. You're doing certain things. Please do your detox. Those toxins, when they get in your body, them fellas and them dung, those are carcinogens. You know what carcinogens are? Carcinogens are cancer-causing chemicals. So again, that telephone number, you could give us a call or visit. Keep in mind our special that we have with our consultation, our executive consultation, live blood, dry blood, magnetic resonance analysis, as well as your food detox. So take advantage of that. We also have our engine promotion for the people who I just highlighted, mechanics, hairdressers, those type of things. Just call you up here. I want the engine promotion, right? And in addition to that, someone is asking the question, what detox do you have for both male and female? Santuland. Santuland is a detox that both male, female, young, old could use. Anybody could use that product. It just has to do with the dosage, how much per individual. Mr. Carter, sir.
I was on your Facebook page recently and I saw a pension special. Can you give us a little more details on that?
Oh, yeah. So the pension special is basically designed to deal with the pensioners, right? So what you would get is that they would get the live blood analysis, our consultation, and our food detox, and that's for a very reasonably priced. So that's something that you could correct, right? So that's something that they could take advantage of, and we would be able, as I said, because the thing with blood analysis, as I said, I love blood analysis because it gives us an in-depth look at the body, especially from the perspective of what is known as biological terrain, which is very, very important. That biological terrain is what tells us your ability as it relates to whether your food is being digested properly, if it is you have proper blood flow to your brain, if you are hydrated properly, a number of things. So it gives us a clear window into the body, and of course gives us the opportunity to help correct a lot of the problems that individuals may have. So that pensioner special is something that you could take advantage of and really utilize that particular aspect that we have.
Also, Mr. Watson, we have a gentleman here. He's asking, he recently did a blood test, seeing that you were just speaking on blood, and his PDW is 20.02. He's asking if he should be concerned about that.
Repeat that. What was his test?
It's a recent blood test, and his PDW is 20.02.
Just now, let me see if I get it there. The test that he did is what? P as in Paul?
PDW. Yeah, P as in Paul, DW. That's the acronym he gave me. That's the abbreviation. PDW.
What is the platelet distribution width? Okay. And how much he said his own is?
20.02.
No, he good, man. Platelets inside your range is usually anywhere between what they say 25 to 65, I believe it is. So he should be within a normal range there. What they normally do is that when they sorry?
I'm going to say you also have one of your patients here, Jackie. She's actually answered a simple question. She said, can CMOS be used on a daily basis?
Yes, it can be, I strongly believe that it can be. What I tell persons, I'm from the old school where I believe, the old people have a saying, too much of one thing ain't good for nothing. However, I believe because of usually how persons tend to be malnourished, and I mean that respectfully. So a lot of people are malnourished and they don't know they're malnourished because they don't really understand nutrition. And most medical doctors, nutrition is they don't know anything about that. They just don't know, right? So I would say yes, you could use like a tablespoon of CMOS on a daily basis, and I can't see that having any issues with you, especially if you are someone who is a bit advanced in age. You may be over your 50s. If you want to have healthy joints, you want to have different aspects of health. CMOS is a very good way to get a lot of those things daily, from just utilizing one supplement. So every day.
All right, we have a phone call coming in here. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hi. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead. Morning. We hearing you. Is there, Carter? Or are you getting problems?
Yeah, lost it.
Okay.
But we actually have a few voice notes. Let me play one of these voice notes to you now. All right, so I will be turning on voice notes to the wood. I think he's trying to call back.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. We're hearing you. Go ahead.
This is Dr. Batson, right?
Yes, this is Dr. Batson. Yeah. How are you doing?
Yeah. I have a problem, sir.
Okay.
I have a problem back there.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I have a boot. Security work.
Right.
One side. But so long hours back.
Right.
I got pain. Looking my back to my leg.
Right.
I even pronounce it right.
Sciatica. You said you thought it was sciatica? Right.
I went up on YouTube and they say the nerve. Somebody checked it out and said it was not sciatica. What do you think it is?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So the pain that you're getting is where? Your lower back?
Lower back.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is the worst. How bad the pain is? I said on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, how bad is the pain?
Well, it comes on sometimes. And it comes on, give me a
Mm.
yeah.
But is it that you're in pain all the time, or is a pain that comes and go?
Well, it's something between sometimes I get uncomfort and uncomfort feeling down.
Right.
On my feet.
Right.
Sometimes I try to do it different. And it ease up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Just give me that space to the back.
And how tall are you?
5'4".
And where's your weight? You know your weight offhand?
Me?
You know your weight offhand? How much you weigh?
I was one or 200.
Right.
190 something.
Okay, right. So you could lose a little weight. You could lose some weight still, right?
Yeah, but I lose weight.
You lose a lot. All right. Okay, cool.
Something.
All right. Because if you tell me it's 5'4", you know, so that means if you're 5'4", all right, good, no problem. Well, the reason why I ask you that, well, it could you have to look at your weight. So try and because you see, so your weight may not necessarily be weight per se, but body composition in terms of more muscle than fat, right? But usually back complaints are usually, especially if it is you used to do security and you used to use steel tip boots. People who wear steel tip boots for extended period of time, because of the weight of those shoes, it significantly causes a lot of pulling, and that could cause some problems with your back. So it could be some level of
My nerve system, my nerve, is right inside the corner where you bend, and it's actually feel it right here by the corner by your bottom. You just see your hand right there.
I know, I know where it is. Yeah, but what I'm saying, if it is you're getting that, it means that it needs to be adjusted. So I'm saying to you now, what you may have to do is use a natural anti-inflammatory to correct that situation, and then some sort of physical manipulation can be done. It could also even be built up too as well. Like, toxins could cause those problems. You literally have toxins in your musculoskeletal system in your back. Especially by that sciatic nerve. A lot of people are affected by sciatica because that nerve is one of the easiest nerves to be affected because of its location in the spine. So, of course, most people have lower back problems, and that lower back problems usually transcend to the sciatic nerve, which in turn gives them sciatica, which is a pain radiating from the left side. The part of the back goes straight down to the left side, your toes there. In truth. Yeah. Then, of course, good. So what I would suggest you do, I don't know when last you do any sort of detox, clean out, anything like that. You said that you lost some weight already, which is good. I believe, based on what you tell me, you could lose a little more, right? And and yeah, because you tell me it's 5'4", So you can't lose no more weight. Well, I go in based on what you tell me, You tell me it's 5'4", so unless you don't know how tall you are, if you're 5'4", 100 and right, well, if you're 5'4", 5'4", not tall. So if you're 5'4" and you're 195 pounds, that is a good bit of weight for somebody 5'4". 5'4" real short, So, all right. Okay, I hear you, sir. I hear you. You're not stumpy. Okay, I hear you, sir. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we need to look at how the thing. But what I would do, measure yourself. I would suggest that you do a clean out, do a little santulan, Get yourself it have a, there's a particular product too you could get with omega in it. That usually helps those situations. The problem is most people don't use sufficient to correct the inflammation in the body. But you could always give us a call or visit. I don't know which part you're located, and I could give you some more information as regards to that. Sure, go on us. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, man, I didn't. Okay, okay.
My body.
Your lower body there. All right, good, no problem. Well, take the telephone. Take Yeah, well, take that one. I'm going to tell you. So take the information off here. The telephone number is 222 222 8261. 222-8261. That's for the Shoguna's office. And for the benefit of the other listeners, DB is located on the corner of Ramsamut Trace and the SS Erin Main Road. That number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That telephone number is 226-4553. Again, that's 226-4553.
All right, Dr. Batson, we have a voice note.
Good morning, Dr. Batson. What I want to know is I have arthritis in the both knees, but mostly in the right knee, and also my cartilage is gone. I did an X-ray and I did MRI and all of that, and it said that my cartilage is gone. I started using the stem cell to rebuild cartilage. I use 5 bottles already. What I want to know is how many bottles do I have to use? I already cut off the dairy product, stop using the sugar, cut down on the bread, and all the other stuff. The pain in the knee has in 1 week, you can say stop almost completely. The only most pain I have now is the bone rubbing on bone.
Right.
What I want to know is how many bottles do I have to use, or what else do I have to do? Because I'm getting a lot of negative feedback. But in terms of cartilage can't go back, will never go back because the knee too bad, all kinds of stuff. So I wanted to hear from you what you think about that.
All right. Good. Nice. I like that question. All right. So as you yourself rightfully said, you use some stem cell, and the pain has stopped. However, the rubbing the bone on bone, you're gonna still get some challenges there because stem cell alone can't help with that. That's where you need things like your collagen and hyaluronic acid. You use your CMOS. It has certain things that you could mix. So to the people who say that cartilage can't grow back, it's the same people who tell you that diabetes can't fix. If you have a blocked artery, you need to go and do a surgery. If it is your hair falling off, your hair can't grow back, and all kind of thing. The human body is an amazing thing, amazing thing. Your body is self-sustaining. You know what that means? It means that when we get up in the morning after God, there isn't some mechanism that you mentally have to wake up. So you don't wake up yourself, I mean, Almighty God does wake you up. But the point I'm making is that there are systems in the body that do just that. There are systems that continue to function. So your heart beats, you have a central nervous system, you have a musculoskeletal system, you have a central nervous system. And after God that woke you up this morning, I mean, as I said, Almighty woke you up, but the systems that he put in place there is what is responsible for you to be breathing and be able to have a conversation this morning. Now, with that being said, the human body renews itself. You get new red blood cells every 120 days. That's proven. You get new bones every 2 to 3 years, your musculoskeletal system renews itself. But it can only renew itself based on what it is given. And that is where the proper nutrients come in. You see, the thing is, because a lot of people who we have that cartilage situation would have done things in the past that they didn't know that it wasn't supposed to do. So it wasn't supposed to drink all this sort of sugar and so, because sugar is mash up your bones, right? I mean, sugar is mash up everything. So the point I'm making is that with careful diet ethics and proper supplementation and nutrition, I have seen not on 1 occasion, not on 2 occasions, not on 5 occasions, not on 10, not on 100 occasions, but more occasions where persons who didn't have cartilage have cartilage now. So it can't be something special that well, I mean, it is something special that Dr. Batson went and learned, but at the same time, it is just a matter of giving your body what your body needs. So if you have a musculoskeletal problem, CMOS is your friend. Vitamin C is your friend. Omegas, but there are specific omega. There's an omega I use which has astaxanthin in it. I'm a big advocate of that. I use that every single day. And the reason I use that is for 2 things: to maintain a proper brain function and to maintain proper musculoskeletal health. All right? So there are things that you can do, but it is a matter of putting in the correct things in the body. The correct things. Because cartilage could be rebuilt. Nerves could be rebuilt. You remember some years ago they tell you that we couldn't do anything with nerves. That is not true. So when we have a stroke patient, when you get a stroke and we do stroke rehabilitation and take on people and they come back from stroke, what it is we had to correct? The nerves. So essentially nothing in the body is dead until you dead. It's just a matter of doing the work as it relates to the diet. Your diet is fundamental, and that's the problem that a lot of people don't understand. Because if you have arthritis, you cannot be drinking coffee, you cannot be drinking sodas, you can't be using a lot of sugar, you can't be using a lot of preservatives, foods with a lot of coloring, and those things are what? They are inflammatory, which means they create or they add inflammation to the body, which is going to make your situation worse than it is. So it doesn't make any sense. We go 5 steps forward, and then when we go in forward, we do foolishness, and you're gone 10 steps or 20 steps backward. That doesn't make any sense. All right. Miss Listra Lincoln says, do you have any recommendations for GERD with pain in the joint? Well, GERD is gastrointestinal reflux disease, so we have to fix the acid reflux. The gastro T is good. The digestive balance is good. The stem cell, digestive is also a very good product as well for bringing back a lot of balance in the gastrointestinal system. So that's something that you could pay attention to. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Abigail Daniel, Miss Pamela Moses, Ms. Janelle Gans asked the question, I'm taking uterine plus 4 ovarian cysts. I have fibroids too. The doctors want me to do a hysterectomy. What else can I use? What foods can I use and what should I avoid? That's a very good question. So women who have fibroids, you want to avoid chicken. I know it might sound hard, unless you're growing a yard fowl. Leave the people chicken alone, please. You want to avoid sodas, plenty juice, anything with a lot of sugar. Dairy is out. You can use eggs, though. What foods you should use? More whole grain foods, so things like quinoa, your ground provision, brown rice, a lot of vegetables. And another very good thing as well, when you're dealing with that particular situation, is a lot of hot teas. No milk, no sugar in the tea. Because cold things, again, as I said, would make fibroids worse. It causes serious problems with your gastrointestinal as well as your respiratory system as well. Okay. Miss Abigail Daniel says, good morning, Dr. Batson and team. Is always a pleasure tuning in. Have a blessed day. Yes, Mr. Carter, sir. How are we going?
Good morning. My relative is suffering with pain after shingles. She is on America, and doctor put her on special diet, no flour, sugar, meat, nuts, etc. What do you recommend?
I'll say outright that person, they need to call and make an appointment. Because when you get shingles, the infection, shingles don't go in. Well, let me say it like this. It is very difficult to leave the body. shingles, like most pathogens, remain in the system. The problem with shingles is one of the most troublesome set in the fellas and them, in the sense that shingles stay in your tissue, and then when the immune system is vulnerable, it resurfaces. So most people, when you get shingles, when they get it, they get it, and they get it over and over and over and over and over again. So at Batson Associates, what I'm going to have to do with that is you're going to have to do a blood analysis. When we do the blood analysis and the magnetic resonance analysis scan, but blood more, I'm able to see that biological terrain, and then I'm able to help you from there. So that's definitely a consultation you're going to have to get, because of the damage that the shingles would have done to the body. So we have to correct it, but ensure that we remove it out of the tissues completely so that it doesn't bother you again. Because that's like chikungunya. I don't know if you all remember some years ago when it had chikungunya. Most people who got chikungunya never went, it came back, and you often find, you would have heard persons who got chikungunya said that the doctor told them that the virus doesn't go. It's not like it doesn't go. Most viruses don't go. They stay in the body, in tissues. Your job is to get it out of the body completely, or as much as possible, and boost the immune system effectively, so that in case them fellas and them decide to play the fool, your immune system will deal with them. Put them to sleep one time. Go from here. That's what you want. Okay?
All right, we have another voice note. Let me play it.
Good morning. One, it should be done annually, right? Asking, yes. How much times per year should that be done?
Okay, good question. The thing is, it depends on the individual. Annually, for the person who is peak of health, take care of yourself, you eat well, you do exercise, you drink a lot of water, that type of thing. But the possibility exists you may have a challenge and a health issue. And if you may have a challenge, like let's say if it's someone who may be dealing with something like some sort of inflammatory bowel condition, like maybe Crohn's or irritable bowel syndrome or something like that, then it means now that you may have to do more sessions. So you may have to do it every 2 months for a year, or you may have to do it 3 times for the year or something like that. But it depends on the individual. But generally, an individual who is pretty healthy, take care of themselves, they drink a lot of water, whatever the case may be, they exercise. I would say once a year. Once a year. Let me, of course, repeat those telephone numbers and locations. Keep in mind, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We are also on the corner of Ramsamud Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Davie. That telephone number for Chaguanas number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And Davie is located on the corner of Ramsamud Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Davie. That telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. And St. James, of course, is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That office in St. James, that road corner, there's Muniram Street. And Tobago, of course, is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. Miss Pamela Moses says, Doc, it is true. Once you have had chicken pox, you will get shingles. Well, it's not that... It's not definite that once you got chicken pox, you will get shingles. But it means that once you have had chicken pox, that particular pathogen is in the body, and that pathogen usually makes it easier for you to get shingles. So the answer there is yes. The likelihood is greater, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you will get shingles. Because after God, I had chicken pox, and that was years ago. I got chicken pox when I was in my teens. I was how old? I was about 16 years when I got chicken pox. 16, 17 years. I'm now in my 40s and I haven't gotten shingles, thank God. Knock on. So again, I said stack the odds in your favor. It's very important that you take care of yourself, especially where immunity is concerned. And immunity has never been more relevant than in this time that we live in here, especially with COVID-19 and all these different strains and even the viruses. We have been left after Carnival with a very bad virus. These viruses that we have gotten now is actually what are known as influenza viruses, which are the worst type. Influenza meaning that they go directly to your lungs, which is troublesome viruses. But again, it would depend on your immune system. There's a product we carry at Batson and Associates called Silver with mineral formula. I'm a huge advocate of Silver. Bring anybody on the face of the earth who trying to discredit that to me, and I will make watchmen. I'll make mass out of them. That the scientific research that it has on silver, listen to me, it is watchmen, it is huge of in how good that thing is for you. Amazing. And I have been using it for over 20 years now. So I know personally, family-wise, my parents, my family, amazing. That's the silver with mineral formula. So it's a matter again of educating yourself and making use of what is accessible to you. So, of course, feel free to give us a call or visit our clinic telephone numbers. Again, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We're also on the corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for Debe. Keep in mind, Debe is opening Monday to Saturday now. So you can have blood analysis consultation done on Monday and Tuesday now, as we had it before. And that number for Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. And we have silver with mineral formula. So if you're interested in something that you could use, your children could use, especially parents with young children, people with grandchildren, especially if they have problem with asthma. You know, to have these children now, their nose always snotty. Every minute the nose snotty, they're always blowing the nose. Nose is like they always have a cold. Silver with mineral formula. Because we know the easiest place for children to get sick now is in our school. You know, children, when them going to school, they going to see their friend and them playing. They ain't want to hear, you can't tell children nothing about COVID and thing. At a certain age, they ain't taking you on. So the better thing to do is put some sort of defense there. They don't even want to know they're being protected. Because you know, when children, when you tell them too much thing, they will ask a question to ask you. Look, drink this. And it is done in such a way they could put it in water. They wouldn't even know it in the water. That's to tell you. If we're dealing with something a little more serious, you may have a child with serious asthma. Please, parents, if you know your children have asthma, be careful with them because a lot of these pumps are not good for children to use. Remember, that is steroids, you know, and you're not supposed to be giving, adults not even supposed to be taking large amounts of steroids. Imagine children. Imagine children. Miss Listra Lincoln asked the question, can a baby with asthma use silver? Of course. Of course. Once they use it, they could use bottle or they drinking water already. They most certainly can. They most certainly can. Okay. So again, those telephone numbers and locations, because I know we're coming very close to the end of our program. For the Chaguanas office, that telephone number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That's Muniram Street. That telephone number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. I am going to be in Tobago, God's willing, Monday, Tuesday. That telephone number is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. And of course, to book your online consultations, you can feel free to give us a call. Our area code, of course, in Trinidad here is 868, and that's going to be 373-2388. Again, that's 373-2388. Can a 2-month-old take silver? Yes, they can. Let me tell you what they do with silver. If you could do some research. A female who has given birth to a baby who may have a STI or STD. STIs and STDs are what? STIs are sexually transmitted diseases. Sexually transmitted infection, and STDs are sexually transmitted diseases. So let's say the mother may have chlamydia or gonorrhea or something like that. That pathogen is going to get into the eye of the baby and is going to blind that child in a matter of minutes. What is standard protocol in some hospitals and universities abroad is that they would take silver and actually put a drop of the silver in the baby's eye to prevent them from getting blind. That is to tell you how potent silver is and how it has the ability to naturally boost the immune system. Don't worry with foolishness. There are plenty of people out there who know and they don't know nothing. I tell all this so. Plenty of them. Somebody came in my office recently and told me she went by a doctor and the doctor tell her, sorry, not to drink silver because silver is poison. I said, okay, no problem. You go with your doctor advice and go in peace. I mean, I have no argument with you. I drink in silver 20 years. I supposed to be properly well poisoned. I supposed to be dead. More than once. After God, not at all. Your immune system is intact. I'll give you a quick breakdown of silver. You know, silver was used in the time of Jesus Christ and even before Jesus Christ, right? And they used it to do what? To sterilize water. You would have often seen persons at wells using silver coins in their buckets. They would put it. And that was to sterilize the water. Okay? So that number, Ms. Lestray asking for the online number. This is for the online consultation. The number you can call for online consultation, you can get us on 1-868-373-2388. So 868-373-2388. Shogunas, and those of you, any other office numbers that you may want, you can get the one for Shogunas, which is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And for WhatsApp, you can use 314-9975. Keep in mind, we do have road delivery. We have Alkagen water in stock. We have Santulan. We have gotten circulation teas and some other teas as well. We have Nerve Restore. We have Cerebral. We have Eye Optics Formula. So we have stuff. So feel free to give us a call or visit. We do have Santulan, that's 7-channel detox, cleans and detoxify kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. What I will say in closing is this. You know, I tell persons I've been doing this year, 14 years now, this year. And as I always say, I'm not in the politics of medicine, and I'll continue to say that because there are people who could always tell you a reason why something don't work. And I don't really have much dealings with people like that. You're sick. You like being sick, stay there with your sick self. Don't come to confuse me. I don't have time for that. Right? My job, as I always tell people, is to work with people who want results and they want to do what it takes to get the results in terms of the changes that they have to make. I'm not telling you to stop eating meat completely. I'm not telling you you can't eat an ice cream once in a while. If you go out on a little date, you can't take a little drink or nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. There is a 80-20 rule. 80% healthy food, 20% strippiness. My rule is 92-8. So I'm 92% good thing, 8% strippiness. The point is, you cannot do 92% strippiness and 8% good and expect to come out good. Nope. It don't work so. You ain't designed that body you have. God designed that. So you have to listen. There are rules, there are regulations. And one of the rules, if you didn't take away anything from this program, take away this. Water is vitally important. Hydrate your body. Drink water. You can't come by Batson to buy Batson. Alkagen water, good, I have no problem with that. My water go sell. Either way, you buy it or you didn't buy it, it go sell. Right? It will sell. Do something to help yourself. Stop the nonsense and stop the foolishness where you're sick and you're sick for years and this and that. Let me tell you something. Nobody don't like to take care of no sick people, you know. Everybody in that house, your children love you, your husband love you, your wife love you, your mother love you, whoever love you. But let me tell you something. People just get fed up. And if you could take care of yourself and be able to feed yourself, bathe yourself, clothe yourself until the good Lord ready to take you, well then, sir, do that. Ma'am, do that. Because at the end of the day, when you're sick, I tell you, it's a burden to people. They ain't going to tell you that. But it's a burden. People just get fed up at people. Don't make it so. And let me tell you something. When you're taking care of somebody who's sick, that is take out of you. Plenty out of you. So, all I have to say, as the old people say, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. All right? May the good Lord continue to bless you. and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Mr. Carter, sir, it was a pleasure being in your company.
Always has been my
To the listeners of Sky 99.5, God bless you guys. I made sure I came and spent a good time with you all. I have some making up to do. So next week I'm going to ensure that I make up. And of course, we have our lives. Keep in mind, those lives, you could always like us and share us on Facebook. On Facebook, we are Batson and Associates Limited. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Do something this week, whether it's water, whether you take a little half teaspoon of baking soda and 8 ounces of water, whether you go and get a bottle of apple cider vinegar, and you take a little teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in some warm water with some rough skin lemon, do something this week to make yourself feel better and to be a blessing to somebody. Because when you're healthy, it's a blessing. God's willing. When you're sick, trouble. We all get sick sometime, and I ain't saying you can't get sick and you can get a little cold and thing, but nobody, you want nobody bedridden, and we have time for that. If it day and it happen already, we have no choice in the matter, But an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. To all the lovely listeners on our live, God bless you guys, Miss Maria Anciola, Miss Elizabeth Nandlal, Miss Pamela Moses, Linstra Lincoln, Miss Kamala Samaru, and all the other persons. Thank you for the continued support and blessings. As we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless you guys. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your Sunday morning. Take care. Yes. Yes. So Thursday, please God. Remember, God's willing, Thursday from 11:05 to 11:25. That is 103.1 FM. Then we have Freedom 106.5 FM, which is from 1:15 to 1:45. Most of the time, we may go 15 minutes more if they have time for us. And DJ Mamu Radio, well, he's dependent on the time that we finish 106. So if we finish, we go anywhere between 2 to 3 or 2:15, 2:05 to 3:05, 3:15, anywhere around there. Take care, guys. God bless.